Hi, today I want to talk about a family tradition that has been going on for 48 years and how I got to invent a new dish. So let's get started. But if you don't know me, my name is Yael Gilboa. This is the Uplifting Lifestyle Vision channel, which is all about aging with fun, vision, flair, and definitely creativity. So let's get started. Today is Friday, and I have been to my sister's. Now, you've got to understand the family tradition that we have. I don't know if you have such a long standing family tradition as we do, because we've had it since I was a teenager, and I'm 65 right now, and we have it, I know, exactly 48 years, because my sister got married exactly this week 48 years ago. And we started it after, because her husband entered the family, and he was a med student, and he used to work on weekends in a shift at the hospital. We decided to move the Sabbath meal. Usually Jewish families have the major meal on Friday evening or on Saturday noon, and we decided to move it forward to Friday noon. And we have been keeping it up for 48 years. My parents passed away. My mom passed away 6 years ago, my father 2.5 years ago, and we still keep doing it. We still keep coming together. You just have to understand, my nephews and nieces are already mature people, and they kept coming to their grandparents' house every Friday if they could. Of course, they had, when they grew up, they had other businesses, but they would come over, and all the family would get together. And my mom used to cook. She cooked into her 90s, and then when she couldn't cook anymore, we started helping her. I remember that she used to cook it over 2 days, and then she said, you come over 1 hour before lunch or 2 hours before lunch, you make the salads because they need to be fresh, and set the table. So we used to do that, and then my mom got ill or weakened, and we started cooking ourselves. And then my mom had a caregiver, and we used to come over to on Friday, and she saw us working, and me and my sisters, each one of us cutting salads, etc. And one Friday we arrived, and she made the salads were already there, laid on the counter. And she said, well, I cut very quickly. She cut everything, and everything was ready for us. And little by little, she took over, and she started preparing dishes from her own country. She's from Sri Lanka. And we started eating different foods. And then my mom always made sure that we had at least 2 or 3 dishes of something of meat, and of course the rice or potatoes. Usually rice and potatoes were an addition because we are Middle Eastern, we eat rice. And then and if she made anything vegetarian, and she had 2 nieces that were vegetarian, so for them some kind of a protein used to be fish, but they needed something else, because usually what they have, rice, fish, salad. And anytime she made something vegetarian, she used to say, I made a diet dish. That's what for her, vegetarian equal diet, although it didn't have to be diet at all. And then Gita used to make quite a few dishes. And I think at a certain time we used to come over, and we counted 14 different dishes. Now, at the height, with the family and with her as part of the family, because she used to eat with us, we were 13 people. So she made a different dish for each one of us. And so that was a lot. Once my parents passed away, and we started doing it ourselves. My sister is not a great cook. She doesn't claim to be a great cook, but she volunteers to host most of the meals. So she prepares some of the things, and me and the other sister, we come and assist. Sometimes I make things at home. Today I didn't make things at home, so I asked her, "What do you have?" And she said, I have a butternut squash and I have spinach leaves." And I said, "Okay, I can make something out of this." So that's what you see me making. I'm making a new dish that I didn't even think about it. I came over, I told her, the squash, put it in the oven so it would be cooked by the time I arrive. And what I did, I took a pan and I put in the flesh of the butternut squash. And then I said, okay, I looked in the fridge and I found some brie cheese. So I took the brie and I cut it in slices, and I put it on top of the butternut squash. And then in a pan, I sauteed the onion with the spinach leaves. I didn't add any condiments or anything. It was really onions, spinach leaves, and I put them on top. And on top of everything, I just took 2 eggs and 1 cup of yogurt. I scrambled the whole thing together, and very easy, very quick. I garnished the whole thing only with salt, pepper, and nutmeg. That's it, nothing else. And I put it in the oven. And this is how I invented a new dish. When I came over, I didn't plan anything. I just took whatever ingredients she had, and I made something which I think, for me, is kind of on the base of a quiche, that you use eggs and maybe cream. So instead of cream, I used yogurt, and I put some cheese in it, etc. So this is it. Now I think we have a very nice table for today. It's not like we used to have at my parents' home. You can see the comparison in the pictures. But we still get together. Today we are not so many people. Two of my nephew and a niece are not coming. So the table is a little empty, and Gita, our love, is working somewhere else, so she's not with us today, although she will be next week. So we are having whatever we prepared, and this is a tradition that goes on and on and on for 48 years. So I'd love to know if you have a tradition, a family tradition. Doesn't have to be a meal. It can be anything else that goes on for dozens of years, and you keep doing it every week or every month, or I don't know, even a yearly tradition. And let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.